Hello everybody, I'm Captain Turbo and welcome to the introduction and guide video for the Grand Gaming League. So what are the rules for this new series and why does this warrant its own video? Well, to start with, this series will not contain any commentary in any form whatsoever by any participant. So explaining rules and why this is all happening kind of warranted its own video. So we'll bear in mind a few things and why these are different from the the gaming Grand Prix that are on the channel. One thing that will be noted is there is absolutely no player limit whatsoever. Anyone who wants in just needs to sign up and pick a game. The minimum is 4, but there is no max amount for the time being. This could change in future. And they do have a system set up if we get too many in place. But for now, there is absolutely no max participants. But the main reason this was created is because everyone has their own lives, and races can be tricky to put together, especially when working around several people's schedules. Dropouts due to work, health, power cuts, and pretty much any aspect of life has at one point or another caused issue for racing. But with the GGL, we may not be providing commentary, but it means that everyone can record the games in their own time, and there's no major rush. There will be a time limit to get videos in, but that shouldn't be an issue for the most part. If commentary is something, however, that you just have to have, then there are plenty of great races on the channel for you to enjoy. However, if you're still interested in the GGL, then I believe it's time I should start explaining the rules. Alright, let's begin with the actual rules of the guide and all that. Alright, rule number 1. Every participant chooses one game for the season. This game will be played for no more than 1 hour. I should point out at the moment I'm considering making this a 30-minute time limit for starting Season 2. Pretty much just because players can quite easily... one person can be playing for 10 minutes and give up, and then another can be playing for an hour. It doesn't make for a great video. This is why I'm kind of figuring to cut it down to 30 minutes, but that isn't in the cards or anything, in the stars or anything yet, but we'll get more into that if it happens another time. Number 2, whoever beats the game first gets the max amount of points. However, if nobody has beaten the game in the time allotted, then whoever is the furthest distance in the game will receive the max points instead. Number 3, points. Here's an example. If the season has 4 players, 4 points for first place, 1 point for fourth place, and everything in between. You get the idea. Rule number 4, minimal effort rule. As long as I receive a 1-minute file from a player actually playing the game, then it will count and the player will receive points based on their placing as per usual. Anything less than a minute though, nada. Anything less than that and the player will simply not be sending in a file will result in a automatic 0 points. I should stress this doesn't affect the other participants' placements points. If at the beginning of the season when everybody signs up and picks a game, if we have 4 players at the beginning, then first place will still receive 4 points, even if and second will receive third, even if like 1 or 2 participants don't take part. So it'll make more sense as like the score screens come up and all that. I should point out, however, that it's not mandatory to take part in every single race, but it also should be noted that the more races you do, the more points you'll probably achieve. Rule number... well, I've got rule number 6 here. Each player can choose the custom rules for a game. For example, if we're playing Mario Brothers, there'd be no warp pipes. If you're playing Sonic, you could choose to do no supersonic. And if you're choosing Mega Man, you could choose Buster only, and so on and so forth. If no rules are set in place, then it's fair to assume that it's just a vanilla race of the game that we're doing. Number 7, in the event of a tie at the end of the season for the first place, there will be a tiebreaker. The tie participants will replay one of the games that the non-tied first place players chose. First and second, to make this straightforward, if first and second are tied, and there's 4 participants, then they'll have to choose either third or fourth place's game again, to play again for 5 minutes. Ties, if any other position is tied on the card, things will change we won't be doing like a tiebreaker and stuff. The only position that really matters is first place. So if there's a tiebreaker somewhere else in the table, it doesn't matter as much. So yeah, they'll race the game for 5 minutes, and that'll hopefully break the tie. And I think that is pretty much every important aspect covered that I can think of for the time being. If I've forgotten anything important, then I'll add it in the video description below. So make sure you check that out while you're watching this or after you're watching this, just in case I remembered something and I put it there. And with all that said and done, I want to thank you all for watching this, and I hope to see you at the races.